The Painted Mind. This is Running Bear. He lives in the Great Plains of the North Americas, back before any Native American Indians had ever seen a covered wagon. He was of age and on his father's horse. He was now trying to capture a horse for himself. He had been chasing this herd of horses for weeks, learning their paths and their ways. He had his eye on one horse that he wanted to get for his own. It was a paint. Grandfather says that a painted horse is good medicine. And today was the day that he got a lasso around the horse's neck that he wanted. The horse kicked, bucked, snorted, and fought and pulled and tugged on the rope that Running Bear had a hold of. It took a little while, but the painted horse finally settled down and succumbed to being captive. With a proud smile on his face, he started heading back towards the tribe, with his new horse following behind. There was just a few mishaps along the way, but the horse, the painted horse, pulled, tugged, and unwillingly gave Running Bear a hard time most of the way back to the village, but he made it. And when he arrived back at the village, everybody came out to see Running Bear's big smile and his new horse. He tied the two horses up, and as he turned to go back to the teepee, he saw his grandfather, and his grandfather was smiling. A paint? This is a good omen. He says, the easy part is over, now the hard part begins. Running Bear looked at him. What do you mean? Have you ever tried to tame a wild animal? Running Bear secured his father's horse and his new horse and laid out a big old ball of hay for the night. As the sun went down behind jagged mountains, the tribe gathered around the center fire. Once everybody had settled in around the big fire, the chief began to speak. Today was a good day. Running Bear captured a painted horse today. The chief looked at Running Bear and said, and what will you name him? Running Bear replied, Lightning. Next morning, Running Bear began early. Running Bear had seen horses being broken all his life, and he was anxious to get started. He went to where the horses were kept, got Lightning, took him to where the plush green grass was. Grandpa always said, weight to an animal's hard through his stomach. Once Lightning had eaten his fill, Running Bear took Lightning to the stalls where the work began. Running Bear jumped on the back of Lightning, and Lightning started jumping, kicking, running. Running Bear did this for 3 days, and on the third day, he hopped on top, told him to open the gate, and he started to ride and run. Lightning ran as fast as he could out of the gate and across the field, with Running Bear holding on tight. Lightning's mane was whipping wildly as he ran fast as he could. Lightning held on with a big smile on his face as they went across the plains. It was later that evening when Running Bear came riding up on Lightning and came up to where they kept the horses. His grandfather had been there waiting for him. Running Bear tied up Lightning, his horse. Well, what do you think? Grandfather asked. I think tomorrow I'm going to ride him over to Little White Dove's and show her my new horse. And then this winter, when we go get to Buffalo, I'm going to be the first to get one. This is a fast horse. To ride him across the plains like lightning. The grandfather looked at Running Bear, who was all excited. He said, oh, Running Bear, you have such a painted mind. I hope that all your dreams come true, Grandfather said. But for now, I have made some paint, so it is time to paint the paint. Bear stuck his hand in the paint, walked over to Lightning, slapped a big old paw print right on his butt, stroked circles, painted the horse the paint.